Today we're making peanut drops or peanut cake, as some persons like to call it. Now this is my favorite traditional snack. Some countries like to call it groundnut cake, and everybody has their different way of making it, but I'm going to be sharing my way with you today. So we're using 2 cups of peanuts, 1.5 cups brown sugar, 2 cups water, 2 tablespoons ginger, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon vanilla. Now, when I was making this recipe, I did some research and I found out that different persons had different proportions for the ingredients, but I found that this one works best for me. So what I'm doing now is I'm just adding all of the ingredients except for the peanuts to some warm water. Alright, and I'm going to allow this to come to a boil before I add my peanuts. So as you can see, I'm just using a whisk to stir all the ingredients together. Alright, so now everything has come to a boil and you can see that the color is already nice and rich. It's dripping with melanin. Alright, so now that it's come to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and add the 2 cups of my peanuts to this. Now, some persons like to use raw peanuts. Some persons like to toast the nuts or parch the nuts themselves. I just bought the one in the package, the salted nuts. And you can rinse the salt off or you can leave the salt on. That's totally fine as well, but I find that the salt kind of gives it a nice flavor. Alright, so once I've added my nuts, I'm just stirring everything around, just get all the nuts nice and coated, get them nice and settled. Alright, now the thing with peanut cake or peanut drops is you have to check it occasionally because you don't want the sugar to burn, you don't want anything to stick to your pot, right? Which leads me to my next point. You need to use a pot with a thick base for this to prevent any form of sticking or hard cleanup afterwards. Alright? So I've checked my peanut drops about 2 or 3 times, and after about 30 minutes, this is what my mixture looks like. Bear in mind that I have the peanut brittle on medium heat. Alright, at this point though, my peanut drops are still not ready. I want it to reduce some more. Alright, but you can see that the syrup is becoming nice and thick, and at this point the kitchen smells really aromatic. Alright, so after another 10 minutes, my peanut drops were ready. Right, so I'm just using a spoon to put some of the mixture onto a baking tray that I lined with foil paper. Now, traditionally, we would do this on banana leaf, but I didn't have any on hand, so I used what I had. Alright, of course, if you don't have foil paper either, you can use parchment paper. So we're just going to let this now sit at room temperature so that they can set, as we like to call it. Now let's look at the end results. Now I was really pleased with the final product. They had a great color, they tasted great, they smelled great. Alright, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think. Until next time.